Superman issue 3. Obviously, Brian Michael Bendis writing with Ivan Reis on the art. This was continuing the chaos because Earth's in the Phantom Zone, and Star Labs might be responsible for it. Because we actually start with a really funny scene where Livewire shows up because she wants to steal their stuff and, like, you know, use their expertise. And they're basically ignoring her because they're too busy with the fact there's a crisis going on. I was like, this is not a good time, Livewire. Go away, come back and rob us later.
Yeah.
That's basically the
Well, and I like that the idea that it might be Star Labs. It's not some supervillain plot to plunge Earth into the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't seem to be anyone in the Phantom Zone. They all seem to be just as shocked by the fact that the Earth is now in here. Which is part of the subplot is that they try and take down Rogol Zar, and Rogol Zar beats them back, and then by the end of the issue convinces them to follow him. To be his let him be the leader. So we actually end the issue with Rogol Zar, a double page spread of Rogol Zar leading an army of Phantom Zone convicts towards Earth.
And it's not just any Phantom Zone convict he runs into.
Yeah,
It's Jax-Ur, who in many continuities he's the first person sentenced to the Phantom Zone for destroying Krypton's moon with his mad science,
which is referenced here as well, which is cool. I do wonder though, because we know he hates Kryptonians. Like, is he going to turn around and kill him or something at some point?
Well, my enemy is my friend. He's useful right now.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm expecting a double cross from Zar, just because. Yeah, okay, he's useful right now, but.
Right.
Later.
Well, that would cement him as a super big bad if he takes out Jax-Ur, just because he's Kryptonian.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a lot of fun scenes because there's a lot of the Justice League running around still trying to solve problems. There's a great page of a plane coming down, Superman catching it. Batman and Flash and some of the other heroes are getting sick. Everyone's getting sick because they're in the Phantom Zone, and the clash of atmospheres is basically messing with them all.
Poisoning everybody.
There's a great joke where someone says, "Hey, if we're in here, if the Earth's in the Phantom Zone, then what about where Earth was?" And it cuts to a page of Adam Strange just showing up, being like, "All right, guys, this isn't funny.
Yeah,
where's Earth,
guys? It's Adam Strange, from Ran."
Yeah,
like it was kind of sad, but also hilarious.
It was glorious. I love how, like, effortlessly he's kind of incorporating the whole DCU. Speaking of funny pages, there's a page where there's all this looting going on, all these random people just stealing stuff, and Superman just lands in the middle of the street and says, "Put it down, cut it out, now," and flies off, and then everyone just starts taking everything back once he leaves.
But what sells that joke is the guy goes, "See, told you he'd find out." Like, good. That was my moment of the book where I laughed. Like, it was so good. Just Superman coming down, knock it off, and then flying back away. And Jimmy's there taking pictures, which I love.
Yeah. So like I say, he's incorporating the whole DCU. We've got both the Atoms, we've got Mr. Terrific, and we've got Will Magnus all trying to figure out and help, find a way out of the Phantom Zone.
Will Magnus, I'm more of a robotics guy.
Yeah.
Says out to not save the Earth. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really, DC mad science stuff, and you have Superman trying to solve this all and coming to terms with, like, this, this might be Star Labs' fault for messing with something that they shouldn't have, because he's made it easy. I almost feel like Superman's taking credit because he's made it easy for them to toy with alien technology by allowing them access to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's at that point in the book where he feels that Zar's coming, so he flies out into space, and there he is with his army. Now this was another glorious issue. This was the art's great, of course. Again, it's full of those big moments. It's funny, as typical with Bendis, he's really good at pacing out the story. Where when you actually stop and look at it after you've read it, you go, the actual advancement in that issue wasn't that much. Not really. We see that everyone's trying to deal with a crisis. We get some implications to who might be responsible, and it sets up Zar building his army on Phantom Zone. But that's pretty much it.
And yeah, it takes a break from the main plot to focus on characters, which I think Bendis handles really well.
I like that a lot. I like that he takes the time to focus on the characters.
Yeah, because it raises the stakes without having to overdo everything. Like, we know, like, even if we didn't get Zar's army at the end, like, we know the stakes now because everybody on Earth is getting poisoned by this. Like, even Martian Manhunter's being affected by it, So, but yeah, no, again, Bendis is killing it on Superman.
Yep, no, I'm into it. Yeah. Also, seeing Superman call Batman for help and Batman just like sitting next to the toilet throwing up is like, no, not now, Clark. Yep. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because he's still only human.
It's not happening.
He has physical, limits.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, so no, it was a really good issue. Quick discussion in this one. I don't think it introduced like a ton of elements, outside, compared to the last couple, but that don't take that as a criticism in any way, because it was a blasted read and full of big, heroic moments. And Superman doubting himself that maybe he's somehow responsible, and Star Labs maybe being responsible is an interesting twist into the story. I'm really curious to see what the actual effect was, because we think it's Star Labs now, but I feel like by the end of the story, we're probably going to get a different culprit. Something else will have caused this. I don't know what, but no, so it's cool. So what are you giving it? What are you giving Superman?
Oh, this was a 9. The art, the story, everything. Yeah.
It's a middle chapter, so I'm going to be a little lower and say it's a solid 8. Solid 8.